Hey guys, Amay here, and I have tried to record for you several times without success. It's roughly like the last 3 days issues with recording, and this is not unusual for Isis full moon, and that's okay. I don't I all I can say is that I hope that this one will work. Okay. I actually last night did 2 hours and it's just vanished. And then I had for some viewers and clients wanting analysis, wanting readings. And I created some audios and they just crashed. So after all the effort. So this is very common in the full moon. Um, so I've said this on the channel before, and I've tied it into language, and just it's just esoteric for me. Every full moon, I receive a ton of a ton of new info to give to you every single cycle. It's a cycle, it's a circuitry, right? Just like the sun, right? So whenever this occurs, I have a series of just tons overloaded, right? And inundated, totally inundated. A lot of it is related to the zodiac. A lot of it is as difficult as it is always regarding the nature of our reality. And the thing is it's always a type of deep hidden meaning. And obviously every zodiac on every circuitry, completed circuitry, when the moon constricts and expands, right? So it's always different, obviously, and different due to the nature of the other deities. And that's what they are. They are deities. And they are distinct for each individual. For you, they are totally distinct than they are. Obviously, for me, there's subjective reality and there's objective reality. So, so we can all talk on, and we will on Thor and Jupiter, etc. But the thing is it's not going to have the exact same effect, right? And I want to the first premise, the first what I'd like to start with to talk to you tonight, if this ever gets out in the world, I don't know. I will try. Um, so the first thing is that I'd like to talk to you on is the true, this is very abstract thought, okay? So hang on. It's going to be interesting. The true nature, the true nature of the zodiac. It is an overlay, it is an implement. I'm certain of it. I'm absolutely certain of it. And the thing is it's tied into actually, from what I receive, it's tied into when you came here, when you orbed into this system, when you birthed into this system, right? You you are tied to other beings, ancestors, and I've talked on language regarding the ancestors as they are actually ancestors, storage deep inside of the skull. It's a series of waveforms in the aura, the etheric, invisible, invisible self, invisible sun, which the sun is the king, and then consider that he has assistants, right? He has those that essentially work for him in the layers of consciousness, right? Going through the 12 houses. So when you orbed into here, from what I can tell and what I receive, there's a type of contract that we signed. And that's why when we say sign, like as in sine wave, it makes so much sense. It makes a lot of sense. Sign, we have our sun sign, obviously, the sun sign. However, however, all the deities have different effects and they're all extremely significant. The sun is a huge premise of this right now, as we are in the height of summer, obviously, and Jupiter is Kazemi. Now you may not understand a lot about the zodiac, and that's okay. But you can understand that obviously that we're in a huge heat wave, but it is related to the sun and to Jupiter. Now, each of us, obviously, we have a different sun dominant in the wheel, right? In the wheel. You have you have your sun house, right? Then you got the house of the rising sun. You have your Jupiter, your Venus, everyone's different, but here's the the big thing on that, okay? As far as the sun related to the contract. So I would like to touch on that we have the contract, you could have family members that are tied to your consciousness, and the deities that govern the chakras, right? The chakras, which are also the seven seals, they go up the spine, and the deities are, from what I can tell, they are a type of dead consciousness. I mean, that's nothing to be scared of, because we are a type of dead consciousness. We've lived before. Do you know what I mean? So, so I see that particularly and especially for example, Pluto with the underworld, and we've got Pluto in Aquarius, and um, you've got the moon. The moon is moving into Aquarius, conjuncting Pluto. They are malefic and benefic deities. There appears to me to be a type of contract when you orbed, born into this system. And there are certain other members of your existence, your ancestors, storage, skull, stars, who is stored in your star, right? In which you birthed into here, which is why your script is so unique. It's your very own manuscript. Okay, but it is a script, just like they say scripture. And the thing is you are connected to your lineage and your other ancestors. So in that, having said that, you could also be connected, even if you are a truly, truly huge soul spirit being, right? Full of heart and soul, and you're elevated consciousness. However, you could be attached to Ottomans, right? To different types of to different types of humans. I mean, I think okay, everyone thinks differently. I think that we're all humans, but we have in our DNA, like they say, some people would say that outside of us is our UFOs and existence outside of here. For me, it's inside. It's not outer space, it's inner space. And so with the family, which is only familiar contracts, from what I can tell, the best way to eventually elevate your consciousness and your experience here to raise your magnetic field, your electromagnetic field in connection to the sun, as you are a person, right? The best way is arcing your angle, receiving your cosmic downloads, and following a type of like an empath, a me path, in that it may even mean like a separation. It could be a separation from some of the lineage or the connections in which you exist here in this script. Because at the end of the day, in order to elevate, to raise the frequency, to eventually join outside of here a different kind of light, a soulful kind of light that would entail some separation. And our mentors, our our tour mentors can be our mentors. Yeah. And they can be our family members. And you could have in your chart where you experience trauma and tragedy, early in life, earlier in your script, or even at this phase. I mean, we all do, right? So throughout your existence, through different chapters of your life. And the thing is at some point or another, whether it's actively disengaging to some degree, it's the contract. And for myself, experiencing a lot of loss of family members can be devastating. However, you have to harness that, because the solitude and the isolation, what do you see in those words? You see the soul, you see the sun, right? Does that make sense?